a pleasant good afternoon, good evening, I should say, to you and yours, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. Alan Slaughterzinski, Kayla Brown with you live from Dawson Field, where today we've got a real nice treat for you. It is the 6A-11 District Softball Championship between the Melbourne Bulldogs and the Viera Hawks. Well, if it is the first week of May, it must mean district championship for Melbourne and Viera. For the third consecutive year, these two teams will meet in this very game. In fact, the baseball teams will also do so tomorrow night. Both teams are led by two of the best pitchers in the entire state of Florida. The Bulldogs led by Jazzy Francik and the Hawks by Skylar Waggoner. Last time these two teams got together back in March over at USSSA Space Coast Complex, Francik and Waggoner combined for 35 strikeouts. It was a grand slam by sophomore Baylea Holland in the top of the ninth inning that would propel the Bulldogs to a victory in that one. The one thing that we complained about with the Melbourne Bulldogs for a good part of the season was the bats. They simply weren't going at the pace skipper Dan Adell had been hoping for this season. Well, since the 1st of April, all of that has changed. The Melbourne Bulldogs have raised their team batting average nearly 20 points, and players like the Stetson commit Nadia English, junior power hitting catcher Alicia Thompson, and the aforementioned sophomore Baylea Holland are all hitting the ball much better over these past 33 days. In fact, Thompson has 11 hits and 9 RBIs since April 1st. English, 10 hits and 4 RBIs. And Holland has 8 and 5, respectively. Thompson has gone from batting .220 to hitting .298, and she's got 2 home runs in that span. Now, while Thompson, English, and Holland have all gotten better at the dish, junior Riley McKella continues to be misconsistent. She's the hottest Bulldog at the plate. She's racked up 14 hits and 8 RBIs since April the 1st. And with 7 hits in her last 19 at-bats, Haley Turner is once again showing signs of being that clutch bat that propelled the Bulldogs in last year's postseason. Francik, who as most of you know is committed to Florida State, has not only been great in the circle this season, but she also leads the Bulldogs batting .333. She's got 12 RBIs, 4 doubles, a triple, and a home run, and had a big walk-off jack against the Firebirds, team they beat in the championship, Doral Academy, about a month ago. The Bulldogs have beaten some very, very good teams over the last month. They've beaten the number 1 team in the state in Lake Brantley. They've beaten Treasure Coast, Oviedo, and a very, very good O'Galley team. Let's talk about the Viera Hawks. Since their loss in March to Melbourne, the Hawks have won 14 of their 16 games. At the plate, they are led by the junior Haley Ryder, who comes in batting .479 with an astounding .506 on base percentage. Ryder's collected 14 hits in April alone, and she has drove in 6 of her 12 runs during the past 33 days. Haley also leads the Hawks with 6 triples and is a co-leader on the team with 3 home runs. Skylar Waggoner, who is committed to Jacksonville University, is second on the team in batting at .382 and second in RBIs with 16. Sophomore Tori Berry and Brooke Samuels are both having great varsity seasons, as both of them are batting .340 and .338, respectively. Berry, though, leads the team with 19 RBIs and 8 doubles. One of the things that the Bulldogs definitely have an edge in here tonight, and pay attention because it could be a difference in this game, and that's fielding the softball. The Bulldogs have made just 15 errors this year in 602 chances. That is a 975 fielding percentage. All right, as the players are introduced, the Hawks are led by first-year skipper Jason Adams and the Bulldogs by second-year manager Dan Adell. Here is the starting lineup for the Viera Hawks. Leading off and playing third base will be that's Viera. That's Melbourne. So let's flip the script. All right, leading off, playing center field will be number 22, Haley Ryder. Batting second will be the Pittsburgh commit, number 9, Amaya Pitt. Batting third, Skylar Waggoner. Batting fourth will be the sophomore, Tori Berry. Batting fifth will be Maddie, and as we like to say, she is built Ford tough. And Giovanni Sardono is sixth. Brooke Samuel seventh. Elena Schneider eighth. And Cody Beth Bates ninth. McKenna Connolly will be the flex player. For the reigning 6A state champion Melbourne Bulldogs, Haley Turner leads it off. Riley McKella bats second. Nadia English third. Jazzy Francik fourth. Alicia Thompson fifth. Baylea Holland sixth. Alyssa Arnold seventh. Camden Hurd eighth. Ashley Burkmeyer ninth. Skylar Troyon will be behind the plate. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Kendall Signs and Solutions Property Management. We'll step away, and when we come back, we'll have the first pitch. Here we go. The 6A-11 District Championship. And for the third consecutive year, the game is right here on Brevard Sports Network. We couldn't be happier to bring it to you. And the Melbourne Bulldogs looking for a three-peat in this game as Haley Ryder steps in. Ryder, quite a hitter. Jazzy Francik in her last 3 games against the Viera Hawks. 40 strikeouts, 3 hits, and no earned runs. As Ryder steps in, the first pitch offering from Jazzy Francik is off the plate for a ball. Ryder, as we noted in the pregame show, having a great year. 14 hits in April alone. Batting .479 with a .506 OBP. Francik's 1-0 to Ryder. High 2-0. Take you around the Melbourne Bulldog field here after this pitch. The 2-0. 3-0. At first, it's Alyssa Arnold. Riley McKell at second. Nadia English at short. Baylea Holland is at third base. In left field, it's Camden Hurd. In center, Haley Turner. And in right, Ashley Burkmeyer. Behind the dish tonight is Alicia Thompson. And, of course, on the bump, or on the circle, I should say, is Jazzy Francik. The 3-0 is 3-1. Jazzy Francik this year, she's only 18-2. She's that's all. The 3-1 that was ball 4 and bunted foul. Francik this year, 18-2. This is her 23rd appearance, 35 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, in 159 innings pitched. 374 strikeouts and just 34 walks. For her career, how about 1,071 strikeouts? Incredible. The 3-2, strike 3, 1 out. Francik battles back from 3-0 to strike out one of the best hitters in the county. And this will bring up the Pitt commit, Amaya Pitt. Amaya headed to the University of Pittsburgh. You all right? That's a strike at the belt, 0-1. Francik's ERA, by the way, is a 0.13. That's 1-1. 0.13. Are you kidding me? Wait till I go over her career numbers. The 1-1 to Amaya. And it's tight. I don't know where that missed, but it's 1 or 2-1. Two and 1. Skylar Waggoner, the on-deck hitter. 3-1. So Francik has fallen behind the first 2 batters. She fought back to strike out Haley Ryder. I got to think Jason Adams in his arsenal tonight with his team is take pitches, take pitches, take pitches. Force Jazzy to work the count. And the first 2 batters have done that. And that ball is popped up, and Arnold hauls it in for out number 2. As Skylar Waggoner will step in. Skylar's second on the team in batting this year. She's had a great year at the plate, second on the team in RBIs. She's batting .388, 16 RBIs for the Jacksonville University Dolphin commit. And she'll look at ball 1. Popped up. And Camden Hurd will haul it in for the third and final out. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the first. Viera nothing. Melbourne coming to bat. All right. Just wanted to go over Jazzy's career real quick. First of all, there's not an award out there that Jazzy Francik hasn't won. When you walk into Dawson Field and come to the softball side of the equation, you see that Gatorade Player of the Year banner hanging. So for Jazzy's career, which began at Cocoa Beach and, of course, in her junior year here, she's 72-12. And let me just get the innings right here. She's got 38 career shutouts, 14 career no-hitters, 4 career perfect games. Opponents are batting against her .114 in her pitching career. In 566 in the third innings, she's allowed 224 hits, 78 runs, just 37 of them earned. She's only walked 93 batters, and she has struck out 1,071, giving up just 9 home runs in her career. And 5 of those came in her 7th grade year. So, take a little bit about the lady on the mound for the Viera Hawks tonight. She's had a pretty good, outstanding high school career as well. But Skylar Waggoner this year, she's got a 0.97 ERA. She's 10-3. This is her 18th appearance. She's got 210 strikeouts and 114 innings pitched. She's given up 59 hits, 24 runs, just 13 of them earned. As Haley Turner steps in. Haley's been swinging a hot bat. She comes in batting .278. And Waggoner loves to paint the corners and is very effective at it. She's a southpaw. Just misses there. Her catcher, Maddie Ford. Her and Maddie have been playing together since the 7th grade, or since they were 7 years old, I should say. 7 years old. Swung on and missed, and the count will leave it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Take you around the Hawk infield in just a second. The ball is popped up, or carrying down. That's going to drop in fair, and Turner is around first, and she'll stop at second with a leadoff double down the left field line. I think the wind and the sun wreaked a little havoc there. Oh, okay. And that'll bring up Riley McKellar, one of the most consistent hitters in the lineup this year. McKellar squares the bunt, and everybody comes running in. 0-1 to Riley. Haley Turner on second with a leadoff double. Waggoner, that ball is popped off the screen, off the failed bunt attempt, and it's 0-2 now. Elena Schneider is at third base. Amaya Pitt at short. McKenna Connolly at second. And over here at first base is the sophomore Tori Berry. There's a little slow dribbler, and Waggoner checks the runner and throws out Riley McKellar at first. From left to right, it is Giovanni Sardono in left, Haley Ryder in center, and Brooke Samuels in right. We just told you about Waggoner's battery mate, Maddie Ford, as Nadia English steps in. English with a fabulous month of April. She's raised her average quite a bit. She's got 10 hits and 4 RBIs since April the 11th. And Waggoner hits her with ball one. The Stetson University commit going up against the Jacksonville University commit. That's a strike. These two will see each other quite a bit over the next 4 years. Here comes the 1-1 in the dirt, 2-1. Jazzy Francik is on deck. Viera, good fielding team. Not as good as Melbourne, but a good one. .935 fielding percentage. They've made 33 errors in 521 chances. That's a strike, and it's 2-2. Skipper Dan Adele over at third base. Waggoner, the 2-2 to English. Fouled off. Nice battle. So the count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Change up is to just misses. I can only think that one just missed off the outside corner, and it's 3-2. Here comes the full count 3-2 offering. High ball 4, and English fights back to draw a walk, and now there's runners at first and second. As Jazzy Francik steps in, Jazzy batting .333 this year. She's got a home run. It was a walk-off against Doral Academy in the Kissimmee Classic in the 14th inning. Both of these pitchers, Waggoner and Jazzy, great hitters too, as Maddie Ford goes out and asks Skylar where she wants to eat afterwards to calm her down a little bit. Skylar, no doubt, told her Chick-fil-A. They've agreed on a sauce, and here we go. And that's a shot into left field. And around third, scoring the first Bulldog run. Nice piece of hitting by Jazzy Francik as Haley Turner scores. And just like that, It's 1-0 Melbourne. And I wrote today the missing piece of the puzzle were these Melbourne bats. What happened? Oh. So now it's second and third as Francik takes second with just one out. As Alicia Thompson steps in, and you're talking about a pitcher or a hitter she has raised her average from the mid 220s to where she is now in the 290s. 298 from 220. So Alicia Thompson feeling pretty good at the dish these days. First pitch is right down Wickham Road for strike one. So one Bulldog run on two Bulldog hits so far. High, ball one. 1-1. The Bulldogs looking for their third straight district championship. Good take by Thompson, 2-1. First base is open. The on-deck hitter is Baylea Holland. Boy, wouldn't that set up a scenario we saw back in March. Bases loaded. The pitch swung on and missed, 2-2. Two balls and two strikes to Alicia. Outside, 3-2. Well, it's not a big strike zone tonight. The full count to Thompson. Swung on and missed, and Waggoner gets a much-needed strikeout. 2 outs as Baylea Holland steps in. Baylea batting .286 this year. A home run, 1 triple, 3 doubles, 13 RBIs. She'll look at ball one high. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Alyssa Arnold would be next. Waggoner, the 1-1. Off the plate. 2-1. That's straight heat, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Our first Deuces Wild situation of the game. 2 on, 2 out. 2-2's the count. Number 82, high, ball 3. Count is full, 3-2. Field's in great condition. Fouled back to the screen. Coming up tomorrow night on Brevard Sports Network, you'll see not one but 2 district championship games. Caleb and Jackson will be at Clinton Hurdle Field as the Satellite Scorpions and Merritt Island Mustangs do battle, and I'll be over at USSSA Stadium as these same 2 programs will do battle on the baseball diamond. Strike three looking, and that'll end the inning, but not before. The Melbourne Bulldogs score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We head to the top of the second, 1-0 Melbourne. All right, I'd like to thank Solutions Property Management for their support of youth and prep sports here in Brevard County. We'll tell you a little bit about them as well throughout the course of the night as we head to the top of inning number 2. It'll be Tori Berry, Maddie Ford, and Giovanni Sardono. Ford or Berry leads Viera in RBIs this year. The pitch, nice pitch by Jazzy. Berry was not late on it, but over the top. For a sophomore, she certainly has had an impact on this team this year. She leads the team with those RBIs and 8 doubles. Jazzy Francik, after falling behind all 3 hitters in the first inning, is ahead of Berry, 0-2 here to start the second. Strike 3, and Francik starts Berry off with a strikeout on 3 pitches, bringing up Maddie Ford. First pitch offering to Maddie is right down Wickham Road for strike 1. 4 straight strikes to start the inning from Jazzy. And that's the first ball. Maddie batting .288 this year. She's got a home run, 3 doubles, or 3 triples, 2 doubles, 12 RBIs for Coach Adams and her Lady Hawks. 1-1. Tipped foul. And it's 1-2. Never heard that one before. Get off me, ball. The 1-2 is 2-2. Yeah, right. Popped up. English calls for it and hauls it out number 2 On the pop out to Nadia English, bringing up Giovanni Sardono. Giovanni batting 190 this year, 9 RBIs. And Sardono shows bunt and pulls back, but it doesn't matter because it's a strike. Ball high. The 1-1 from Francik. Outside, ball 2-1. Brooke Samuels would be next. Francik grabs for the rosin bag. And it's 3-2. Well, 3-1, sorry. My bad. 3-1. Pulled the bat back on that one again, and now it's 3-2. Not sure why she didn't try to lay that one down. That was right down the middle. No. And the full count, 2-out pitch coming. Change up is a Butte Clark, and that's the third out as we go to the bottom of the second. Melbourne 1, Viera nothing. Property in Florida provides an opportunity to make a reasonable return on your investment, right? Especially these days. At Solutions Property Management of Florida, they understand that you have specific goals in mind when you rent out a property, and SPM offers the tools you need to accomplish your goals. SPM focuses on maximizing your returns on an investment by maintaining your property and placing the right tenants in them. They recognize the importance of clear standards when working with tenants, and they provide a personal touch that allows them to connect with your tenants and keep them happy with the property. Let Solutions Property Management provide the tools you need to maximize your returns. Allow their team to handle any emergencies or problems that may arise when a tenant rents your investment property. For more information, visit www.solutionsrentalsfl.com or call 321-684-7793. Skylar Waggoner, first pitch offering here in the bottom of the second inning to Alyssa Arnold is swung on and missed for strike one. Here, you want this? All right. And that is strike two. Bulldogs sent 6 batters to the plate in the bottom half of the first, scoring a run. Low and in the dirt, 1-2. Two and two. Waggoner just lost that one as that one rose and kept on going. The chant is 2 in a row from the Bulldogs dugout. The 2-2. My goodness. My goodness. 3-2. What's that? Yeah, I don't know. All right. After 0-2, she's falling behind. And nice job by Alyssa Arnold to battle here. So Skylar had her 0-2. And is now 3-2 to the Bulldogs' first baseman. The full count offering is a shot down the line, and it gets past the right fielder. And Alyssa Arnold is around second on her way to third. The relay comes, and Alyssa Arnold leads off with a triple. Down the line. So Haley Turner led off the first with a double on the line. Alyssa Arnold leads off the second with a triple down the line. And the Bulldogs are back in business. Did you get it? It's a good thing, buddy. Where's Double D tonight? Is he still in Oklahoma? Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, really? Oh boy, that's good. That's good. And the infield is going to come in for sure on this because, I mean, let's be honest here, folks, and tell truths. 2 runs for Jazzy Francik may as well be 12. Certainly, this Viera Hawk softball team is incredible as Camden Hurd steps in. But, I mean, we've seen it. Alyssa Arnold at third. Good pullback by Camden, and it's 2-1. Last time we were here, Camden circled the bases. She snuck one past the right fielder. Pitch is fouled off, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Her mom, Carol Hurd, does such a great job with the pictures. I mean, just phenomenal. The 2-2 coming. Outside, ball 3, 3-2. And Skylar just doesn't seem to be in her normal groove yet. And Skylar is one of those pitchers that gets better as the game goes on. But with the way these bats have been going for Melbourne lately, strike 3, you can ill afford to start slow as Hurd goes down on strikes, and Ashley Burkmeyer will step in with a runner at third. Now the goal here is obviously to get out of this inning without surrendering that run at third, but that is tough to do. A runner at third, the leadoff runner at third scores 94% of the time. 94%. A leadoff runner with nobody out scores almost 70%. I think it's like between 64 and 68% of the time. I can't find that stat anymore, but that's reliable. But I know it's in the 90s on a leadoff triple. I think it goes down to like 70-some% with 1 out. 1-1 to Burkmeyer. Nice swing, but it's 1-2. It missed only because he said it did. I cannot tell you where it missed. And the count is 2-2. Change up is strike 3. And Waggoner is 1 out away from straining a leadoff triple and beating some hefty odds, but not so fast, says Haley Turner, who hit a double off Skylar the last time. A lefty-lefty batch up here. Oh, that's a beaut. 0-1. That ball did all kind of weird-looking things. Changeup is strike 2, and Waggoner is 1 strike away from getting out of a leadoff triple. And that could be a big boost for the Lady Hawks. The 0-2 to Turner coming. Good waste pitch. 1-2 now. Popped up and out of play, and the count will stay. Had a ball and 2 strikes. And this is what makes Haley Turner so dangerous right here. 2 strikes. She's going to battle. You know she's going to battle. We've seen the numerous battles she's put opposing pitchers through. And great opposing pitchers. Ask Bartow. Ask Pace. Ask Doral Academy. Strike 3. And Skylar Waggoner comes back after the leadoff triple to strike out the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the top of the third, 1-0 Melbourne. Start off the top of the third with a ball to the number 7 hitter and the Hawks lineup, which is Brooke Samuels. You saw Michael Petit hit a home run last night, huh? 2-0 to Brooke. 3-0. So Jazzy has fallen behind 3-0 twice or once so far. She did so to Haley Ryder back in the first, and then she came back to strike her out. Let's see what Brooke Samuels can do here. Brooke, just a sophomore, having a great varsity season. The 3-0, and there's 3-1. Jake Weatherspoon. The 3-1. As a little nubbler. And Francik takes care of it. And that's one out. The ball goes off the top of the bat. And Elena Schneider, third baseman for the Hawks, steps in. What's up, Double D? We're just talking about you. Don't ask if it was good. As Schneider steps in. No, it was, buddy. And she looks at strike one. Schneider, a 268 hitter, also a sophomore. She's got one of the 11 Viera home runs this year. Francik, the 0-1. Make it 0-2. The on-deck hitter is Cody Beth Bates. A freshman. Strike three. 2 outs. Fourth strikeout of the night for Jazzy. Cody Beth Bates, the designated player, steps in. Right down Broadway, 0-1. I mean, that was probably the hardest pitch of the night from Jazzy. They had smoke on it. Strike two. That one had fire. I've never seen anybody better at handling 6, 5 through 9 in a lineup. A lot of times, great pitchers can get lost in the bottom of the order of the opposing teams. Francik just goes in, throws strikes, and there's strike three to end the inning. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Bulldogs. Be sure to join me on May the 25th at USSSA Stadium for the annual softball game between the schools as Caleb, who's playing? Quest, Viera, Manatee, and Suntree. Now, Caleb is going to pick up a bat and a glove and play for Suntree. And he has chosen his walk-up song, right? And what is it again? Here comes the big show. My man, I like it. As we start the bottom, I can't wait for this softball game. Bottom of the third, I've never been more excited. And that'll be a strike from Skylar to Riley McKellar. They call him the Big Show. McKellar grounded out back to Skylar her last time up, and now she's in an 0-2 hole. Bottom three, 1-0 Bulldogs. Oh, a little slapper Foul. I tell you what, though, that is what you call battling and protecting right there. No shot to put that in play, but that wasn't the point. The point was to stay alive, and she did so. Strike three. One out. 6 strikeouts for Waggoner as Nadia English steps in. Nadia fell behind 1-2 to Skylar her last at bat, but then drew a walk and a good at bat. Nadia, as we alluded to, back in inning number 1, on her way to Stetson University next year. And the first pitch offering is high for a ball. That's low, 2-0. I'm not sure how Nadia would do with the new pitch clock. There's a strike. I'm going to tell you about a trend I've noticed in Major League Baseball this year because of the new pitch clock coming up. Outside, and English is a pitch away from drawing another walk. Strike two. I think she chased ball 4 there. And the count is full at 3-2. I think the pitch clock, one of the things I've noticed is it really favors the more younger athletic teams. And there's a shot past the second baseman. Great piece of hitting by Nadia English to go the other way. And that's a 1-out single. The younger pitchers. It's going to change the way I think what teams are going to find is with the having to constantly work. It's going to require a lot of conditioning. It's going to more leg work, more for the pitchers, and I think you're going to see it changes the way the pitch clock changes the way a lot of teams approach the offseason. Francik, who hit a single on the first pitch her last time up and drove in a run, swings and misses at the first pitch, and Nadia English will not waste a moment of anybody's time trying to steal a base here. If she can get it, she's going to go. But Maddie's tough back there. We'll see the cat and mouse game that Nadia will play here. See if Dan Adele gives the green light here. No pun intended. The pitch. And she swings and misses. And it is 1-2. Jazzy asked for and is granted time. See what Nadia does here. And Jazzy goes down on strikes. 2 outs. Alicia Thompson steps in. She struck out her first time up. Maddie gets the ball right back to Skylar, and the count is 0-1 to Alicia. You all right, bud? I'll tell you what, this next inning I'll jump up there and okay. Change up is low. And I'll tell you what, Maddie Ford not playing around. Tori Berry with a nice tag. Nadia English gets back in plenty of time. Nadia's a good base runner. Smart. She's a heady player. She's going to be a good college player. I was a little worried about her bat the earlier part of this year, but it's come around, as you just saw on her last at bat. Pitch, strike two on the smoke from Waggoner. It's been interesting watching her career, that's for sure. She can play anywhere. She pitched on senior night. Waggoner loves to go to the outside corner here. Does. And it just misses. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Follow the bouncing ball at home. Deuces are wild. I was wondering where you been. Good, buddy. And Thompson tips one off and stays alive. No, I won't. 2-2. 2 outs. Baylea Holland would be, Baylea Holland would be next. The 2-2. Strike 3, and a beaut at that ends the inning. And Waggoner, after giving up 1 base hit again, strikes out the side. And we go to the top of the 4th, 1-0. All right, welcome back here to Dawson Field, where for the rest of this evening anyway, and tomorrow as well, these 2 programs will do battle on the diamond, the softball diamond tonight, and the baseball diamond tomorrow night for district championships as we go back to the top of the order for the Viera Hawks. Haley Ryder, Amaya Pitt, and Skylar Waggoner. Jazzy Francik has set them down in order. She has retired 9 straight. Ryder struck out on a full count pitch her first time up. And she swings and misses for strike 1. Freedom, Oklahoma. Was watching a documentary last night, in fact. I'll tell you in a minute. High for a ball about the Oklahoma City bombing. It took place April 19th, I think 93 or something it was. But, yeah, Oklahoma. Beautiful state. The Sooner State. 1-1. That's a strike. 1-2 now to Haley. Haley with a .506 on base percentage. For those of you that aren't familiar with percentages, that's how they work. She's on base 50% of the time. Gets away, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 coming to Ryder. And this one is popped up, and Holland gives chase to the fence and just drops in between Holland and Hurd. Holland trying to give the umpire something. The umpire's like, I don't want it. You take it. It'll be in my pants when my wife washes my pants, and then there's going to be yellow paper everywhere. That only happens to me. That's a ball. And Ryder has once again worked the count full. Now, she was ahead 3-0 in her first at bat and then struck out. Here she was behind and now has worked the count full. So let's see the outcome. Top of the fourth. Francik rocks, kicks, and delivers. And that was ball 4, but she gets a piece of it. Three and 2. And Ryder battles. And the count will stay full. Glad you could all be with us tonight here on Brevard Sports Network. This is the spring sports season winding down. And there's a little shot, and there to haul it in. Nice job by Ashley Berkemeyer for the first out, but a good piece of hitting by Haley Ryder to get around on that and drive it into the outfield. That's got to give you some confidence as Amaya Pitt steps in. Michelle McD watching. Carolyn Simmons says, hope they win. Sheila Freeney watching from, I can only assume, would be Tallahassee. As the Pittsburgh commit. Amaya Pitt steps in. And Amaya popped out the Jazzy her first time up. Here's Cheryl Dravis over there, the acting athletic director at Viera High School. And I saw Chad Raymond somewhere driving around. That's right there. That's live on Brevard Sports Network, too. Brett Black is shooting that for us. That's a ball outside. So the Melbourne Bulldogs have 6, I believe, signing their national letters of intent tonight. And that is live just above this. The pitch fouled back to the screen. And Amaya Pitt is now in the hole at 1-2. That's a good point there, Jeff. You know, when it is this time of the year, Haley Turner's bat is as clutch as it gets. Who will ever forget the triple against Doral Academy last year? I know I won't. One of the highlights of my broadcasting career, quite honestly, to call that state championship game. 1-2. Outside, 2-2. It's a beautiful moon tonight. It's full. Ba, 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 ba. Thanks, girls. I'll have that song in my head all night. Francik with the 2-2. Ooh. 3-2. The pickup truck brigade is in full effect out there in left field. All the way to left center tonight. You can tell it's a big game. This place is packed. The 3-2 to Pitt. Oh, nice job by Amaya Pitt. She was waiting on the changeup, but fouls it off. As she does her best John Travolta impression and stays alive. From Wyoming, huh? It's where my favorite TV show is filmed. Pitch. Oh, my. A little curve on that. Freezes Amaya Pitt and the strikeout. 2 outs. What a pitch from Jazzy Francik. Who's watching from Wyoming? Oh, Skylar's aunt's watching. Okay. Yellowstone. That's Wyoming, right? Is it? Yeah. Oh, I love that show. And Skylar steps in. And that's a strike. 0-1. 1-1. Pitcher to pitcher here. Waggoner looking to help her cause. 1-0. She's doing a heck of a job in the circle tonight. So is Jazzy. The pitch. And Waggoner gets into one. Into the gap. Deep. Gone! You can touch them all, Skylar Waggoner. That is a solo home run that ties the game at 1. What a shot to the opposite field. And as she does so many times, clutch in the box. That ball got up and got out, and that wind got it and shot it. Nice piece of hitting. And it's 1-1. You got it, though, right? Okay. As Torrey Berry steps in, we got us a whole new game. Montana, that's right. That's right. Thank you. Yeah, Montana. Yeah. Strike 2. That's right. Skylar's hand just got to watch her hit a home run. I didn't know if that ball was going to get out or hit off the top of the wall. Yeah. And just like that, it's a new game. We were just saying. Weren't we just saying? The 1-2. And that will end the inning. But not before. Skylar Waggoner hits a solo home run. And as we head to the bottom of the 4th, we're all tied at 1. All right, welcome back here. Boy, we got us a game now. The atmosphere is a little bit different, too. It has woken up here as Baylea Holland steps in. And don't forget what Baylea Holland did back in March on a Skylar Waggoner pitch. She turned on it and jacked it out. Holland struck out her first time up. And it's 2-0. Maddie Ford. And this is what makes Maddie and Alicia so good. You know, we put a little blurb in our pregame write up about how good these catchers are and why they're that good. And the reason is because just what Maddie Ford did there, she knew she had a strike there. She feels the home plate umpire missed it. She senses the frustration from her pitcher, so she goes out and talks to her. Maybe they changed the sauce from what they were going to go order Chick-fil-A later, but they're certainly not talking about. I promise you that. And it's 2-0, and there you go. Settles her down, and she throws a perfect strike. 2-1. Now, if you're Baylea Holland, you just have to remember what you did and the success you had in that on that night. Because Baylea also hit a double off of her that night too. And again, I just don't understand where that pitch is missing. I have no I mean I'm only 40 yards from it. I mean I have no idea where that's missing. 3-1. Change up is a ground ball, backhanded by Amaya Pitt. Da-da-da. A web gem from the Pittsburgh commit, and it's one out. And Alyssa Arnold steps in. What a play by Amaya Pitt. Nice back. That was a hard hit ball, too. One out. And that one won't be had. Haley Ryder fields it in center field. And Alyssa Arnold is 2 for 2. She's got a triple and now a single. And reaches as Camden Hurd steps in. Hurd struck out her last time up. Camden squares the bunt, but now what she did there at the very last minute, if Jeff's watching, I'm sure he'll concur. She lunged the bat at the ball. And when she did that, when you're bunting, it's like tennis when you're playing the net at tennis. You got to let that ball hit the bat and drop and go. Can't lunge at it. 0-1 pitch. And there you go. Nice play. Good throw. And the runner is advanced to second. Nice sack bunt by Camden Hurd. And that time, you see how she didn't push the bat out. She let the ball come to it, and she drops a beaut on the sack bunt. And that's 2 outs now, but Alyssa Arnold's at second. And that's a good play, too, by the third baseman to come in like that. As Berkemeyer steps in, she struck out looking her first time up. Lena Schneider down there at the hot corner and swinging and missing. Now, listen, I know Maddie Ford back there, right? She gets anxious. She wants to throw runners out, but you cannot risk taking a shot at second here and overthrowing this ball. Let Skylar get the batter. It's the number 9 hitter in the order. I get that Alyssa Arnold's taking quite a lead after the pitch is thrown, but that's a strike. 0-2 with 2 outs here. And Waggoner is 1 pitch away from stranding yet another Bulldog in scoring position. And there it is, strike 3 to end the inning. So, an Alyssa Arnold single. She stranded at second. We head to the top of the 5th, 1-1. I want to thank both our sponsors, Solutions Property Management, of course, Coach Dana Mullen and Kendall Signs. If you're interested in sponsoring a regional contest coming up, reach out to me. All right, we head to the top of the 5th inning. Maddie Ford, Giovanni Sardono, and Brooke Samuels due up for Jason Adams, Viera Hawks. This is nothing new for the Melbourne Bulldogs. These are the kind of games that they have been embroiled in for the past 3 seasons. First pitch offering and is a ball. Maddie Ford pulls the bat back, looking to lay one down. And it's a different ball game now, and you'll see Jason Adams managing it a little differently. Might try to start getting on with a bunt or a little aggressive small ball popped up, and that will get over the fence and off the concession stand roof, and it's 1-1. I am so glad they moved this game to Wednesday. I was so bummed when I thought this was being played Thursday. Chad Raymond's to be commended for that, the athletic director. The 1-1, and there's a little slapper down to Baylea Holland. She bobbles it, and she will not get Maddie Ford. That is an error on Holland. And Maddie Ford reaches with the leadoff error. And that'll bring up Giovanni Sardono, and I can't imagine she won't be doing anything but turning that bat sideways. And that was good hustle. That is just the 16th error made by this team this year. Maddie Ford almost got caught out to dry there. Alicia Ford will gun you out. She's got an arm on her. Pulls the bat back, and it's 1-1. Nice bunt. That's a beaut. It goes foul, though. Just rolled foul. 2 strikes now, so the bunt, I don't know that I'd take it off. I don't think I'd take the bunt off here. They do, and it's 2-2. Saw another suicide squeeze at Merritt Island yesterday. Sure did. Satellite, TJ Galdi with a Walliver suicide squeeze in Jersey Rider. Yeah, 2-2. Oh, the change up. The foul tip is held on to for strike three. Nice job by Alicia. Good changeup from Jazzy, and that'll bring up Brooke Samuels. Brooke made contact her last time up. She grounded out back to Jazzy here in the bottom of the fifth inning. I got a feeling we're headed for overtime. High for a ball, 1-0. Maddie forward at first. She reached on an error by Baylea Holland. Francik winds, kicks, and delivers. And there's that's a tough play. And the reason that was a tough play is because that ball topped over and rolled backwards. That's an infield hit. Swing and bunt. And down to second goes Maddie Ford. And the Bulldogs got a little, the Hawks got a little something brewing here as Elena Schneider steps in with one out. She pulls back. And I tell you what, and there's just exactly what Orville Sousong used to preach to me about everybody's in motion on a bunt, and it's what makes it as one of the most exciting plays in all of sports is the bunt, if you can believe it. The 1-0, and that is fouled back, and so an inning after Skylar Waggoner puts one over the left center field wall, the Hawks, I should say, with 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the fifth. And Francik trying to work out of a little bit of a jam here. And that bunt straight back to the screen, and it's 1-2. And she's running before she bunts, and that's why that's going backwards. Got a turn, square, drop. Turn, square, drop. Yeah. One and two now. Big strikeout by Jazzy Francik. 2 outs, and Cody Beth Bates steps in. Be interesting to see what the call is here. You square the bunt and try to force an errant throw. Outside for a ball. Maddie Ford at second. And Brooke Samuels at first. Inside, ball 2. The one thing Jazzy can ill afford to do here is walk the 9 hitter and get back to a 500 hitter. And this is exactly what Maddie Ford did last inning with Skylar. You know, even though you're as great as great as Jazzy is and you're as great as Skylar is, a lot of times you don't feel like you need that. You know, I got this. But catchers know their pitchers, especially when they've worked together. And Jazzy is bending over, and she looks to be in somewhat pain a little bit. Did you see her? Yeah, she's got a little limp. Yeah, you're right. She does. It's her hip, looks like, I guess. And here's the decision you make if she is hurting. Look, I still think even if Viera wins this game, Melbourne's still going to be ranked higher than they are in the final rankings. This win, if they can beat Melbourne, that's a swing and a miss, good pitch, and it's 2-1. I still don't. If Viera wins this game, I still don't think they jump over Melbourne in the rankings. Now, Melbourne would have to travel in the first round as a non-district winner, but they would host after that. Swung on and missed, and she has come back, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Don't forget, the FHSAA has changed it. The 4 district winners are only guaranteed a playoff berth, not a top seed. So you can actually have 2 district winners playing in the first round of the tournament. And that's popped up and out of play. And the higher district seed will host. As it stands right now, Bartow is 1, Melbourne is 2, and Viera is 3. But Melbourne has certainly planted themselves solidly in second place that I don't believe even a win by Viera tonight would have them go past Melbourne in the rankings. Strike 3, and Francik gets out of it. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. We'll keep our eye on the Jazzy situation here. 1-1. It's crazy. Yeah, I know. I saw that. 6-3, first out, ground out. Haley Turner, Riley McKellar strikes out, and Nadia English steps in. I apologize. I got caught up in conversations. Want to welcome good conversation. Everybody's like, no sound, Alan, no sound. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not Kale's fault. It's mine. I was busy yapping my jaws. No, English steps up. And that's a strike to Nadia. Nadia walked and singled her last time up. 1-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Just misses. 1-1. The 1-1 from Waggoner to English. High, ball 2, 2-1. I want to thank Solutions Property Management and Kendall Signs. Installation, fabrication, and design. Call Kendall Signs. The 2-1 is 3-1. Melbourne must not have put the black part of the plate, put the black on the outside part of the plate. Want to say hello to Allie Turner. Watching, former Bulldog, 3-1, popped up and out of play. And the count is full at 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs now. Jazzy Francik would be next. Outfield kind of midway. Oh, the changeup is a beaut. Strike 3. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 6th. 1-1. Right. That's unbelievable. Ryder with a nice punt. Turner gets away, and it goes all the way down into the right field corner. Ryder on her way to third, and she'll stop there as we get an error again to lead off the inning. And Haley Ryder with a beautiful bunt, and Holland threw it down the right field line. And that is a tremendous break for the Viera Hawks. Let's see if Amaya Pitt can capitalize here. I said Turner, it's Ryder. Just turns the bunt, fouls it back. Got to get this down. That's a tough play to make by Bailey, but it is a throwing error. And Ryder is on third. It's a full moon tonight. Anything can happen. Francik, nobody out. And again, we go back to those percentages with a runner on third and nobody out. 94, 95% of the time they score. Now, we saw way back in the third inning, that didn't happen. Melbourne had a leadoff triple and could not get them home. What will the Hawks do here? Amaya Pitt. And that's could be fair ball. That's a fair ball. That ball went foul and rolled back fair. That's fair. And there's 1 out. Nice play, though, to continue the play. And guess who's up? Skylar Waggoner Waggoner with a solo home run her last time up.
Skylar Waggoner, before hitting that home run, had the phenomenal inning pitching, and that
Yeah. The changeup just misses. And that was a good job over there by Haley Ryder not to overreact and try to get home. Off the plate. And I don't suspect here that Jazzy's going to put anything in her wheelhouse. I don't think you can delete those comments from that. I got to switch the kit. All right. Okay. 2-0 Francik to Waggoner. 3-0. And they're just not going to give Skylar anything to hit, and I don't blame them. The one thing you never want to see when you're here at Melbourne is a helicopter taking off from Health First. 3-0. One out here. Haley Ryder at first. And that's a 4-pitch walk. And Tori Berry steps in. And listen, the sophomore leads the team in RBIs with 19. And if she can somehow muster up her 20th, it would be a big one. And the courtesy runner is number 15 for Viera. Addison Maxwell. So what do you do here? Do you play some games? You try to swipe a base and force them to make a play? I think she takes off for second base here, first or second pitch. Gets rid of the force. That's a strike right down Wickham Road. First base coach looking for a sign from the third base coach. Don't see it. And there it is. He just gave it, and she's gone on this pitch. And there she goes down to second. And that's second and third now on the catcher's indifference. Second and third now, and 1-1 to Tori Berry. So you got an open base here with one out. And that is popped up. And Nadia English squeezes it. 2 outs. And one of the toughest outs in Brevard County is coming to the plate, Maddie Ford. Look, sometimes you got to take a chance. I wouldn't be surprised to see Maddie Ford lay one down here. 2 outs. Baylea Holland is way back, and I mean way back at the third base bag. That's a long way to come. Jazzy Francik's limping a little bit. I turned the bat down and tried to lay one down. She's a senior. There it is. There it is. Oh, it gets away! And coming home with another run. Slides. Safe! And Viera scores 2 runs on the bunt. And Maddie Ford all the way to third. And the Hawks take a 3-1 lead. And that was a throwing error. But we just said, right? Lay it down. It is the most exciting play in yeah. We got to force them to make the play, and they didn't. Yeah, then it's 3-1 now. You got both of them runs. And Jason Adams pulled the string on it, and Matty Ford laid it down, and it didn't go but 3 feet. And there were a couple different ways to go there. I mean, if Alicia had pulled up, look, it's after the fact, and she stops, she tags the runner, the inning's over. But the throw is made, and it just tips out of the first baseman's glove. Tough play. And still now with 2 outs, a runner at third here in the top of the 6th. 0-1. Another bunt. Can Holland make this? They do. Good play that time. Holland on a 6-3 to end the inning, but not before. 2 errors in the inning lead to 2 Viera Hawk runs. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, it's 3-1 Viera. The Viera Hawks with a 3-1 lead over their arch rivals, the Melbourne Bulldogs, as Jazzy Francik was swinging a pretty good bat there in the circle. So maybe it was a cramp or something she had, but she's up and looked good swinging the bat, warming up. So the heart of the lineup coming up for Melbourne and head coach Dan Adell is it'll be Jazzy Francik, Alicia Thompson, and Baylea Holland to face Skylar Waggoner, who has 11 strikeouts tonight. And there's a ground ball, scooped up and scooped again. Web gem to get great play over at third base by Elena Schneider, and an even better scoop at first by Tori Berry. We came in here tonight, and one of the things we said was the advantage that Melbourne had was that they were a better fielding team. In 602 chances this year, they'd only committed 15 errors. Viera, 9, 38, and 35 errors. But when you had to make the scoop right there, it got made. And Matty Ford, I think, has got an equipment issue that needs to be adjusted. But that's a great play by 2 sophomores, no less. And tonight it's been the gloves. I mean, you saw the play Amaya Pitt made in the hole with the backhander. All of it matters when you're playing one of the best teams in the state. All right, Matty Ford. Elusive equipment issue is fixed, I think. And Skylar Waggoner will face Alicia Thompson here in She has struck out Alicia twice, but you got to be careful here because Alicia has been hot lately, and you don't want to put anything in her wheelhouse. That is for sure. Are we good? Yeah, we look to be good. Yeah, we're still green. One out. Bottom six. Thompson at the dish. And that bunt is foul. Good bunt. Good bunt. We finally got the visors in and was able to give Alicia her play of the game visor before the game. And we've got two to hand out tonight. One to the player of the game tonight. And right now, boy, I tell you, it's got to be Skylar. 0-1. One and one.
In 1/2 inning, she kept Melbourne from scoring with that leadoff.
With the leadoff triple and then homered, right?
Followed up with a homer.
Right. 1 strike. Skylar to Alicia. Low. Ball 2. Maddie says, calm down. Again, I don't mean to ruin anything, but even if Viera wins this game, I still think the regional semifinals are here. High, ball 3. Get the baseball team out there between batters. See them out there?
Yep.
Let me know. I'll back up. Yeah. Yeah. 3-1 to Alicia. They need base runners. And Baylea Holland has gone yard on Skylar before, so grand slam she hit on her earlier this year. The 3-1 is low. Ball 4. Go ahead. And there's the baseball team out there in right field supporting. We're going to get a pinch runner. Sylvia Hansen steps in as Baylea Holland steps to the plate. She is struck out and grounded out. Bailey just a sophomore, but is more than capable of tying it up with one swing of the bat, that's for sure. And she wanted that one. And it's 0-1. Do me a favor. When you do this, my whole camera shakes. Yeah. No problem. Thanks. 0-1 to Bailey. Pitch. Popped up. But is it playable? Hustling. And it falls between the two Hawks there. Good try. It's a tough play to make, especially coming at it like that. It was McKenna Connolly and Brooke Samuels as 0-2 to Bailey. So Bailey's got to kind of feel like she's got a new life here as the full moon continues to rise. I don't think we're done yet. The pitch, high. 1-2 on that waste pitch there. And what will Waggoner deliver? Alyssa Arnold on deck. Alyssa's had quite a night. A triple and a single. Fouled back to the screen. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes still. This place is packed all the way around. Got her. On the foul tip, squeezed by Maddie, built Ford tough. And 2 outs. as Alyssa Arnold steps in. And Alyssa Arnold's been, actually, it's a triple and a double, I believe she hit. So she's been two-bagging it all night here. And I tell you what, if she can get one to the wall here, she can put the Bulldogs to within one. Camden Hurd is on deck. And the first pitch offering from Waggoner. You got to tell me where that missed. 1-0. Same pitch, swung on and missed. 1-1. Bottom of the sixth here. Viera leads it 3-1. Foul tip, strike two. Viera looking to end a three-game losing streak. These two teams, this is the 25th time these two teams have gotten together since 2011. Melbourne has won 12. Viera has won 12. 1-2 to Alyssa Arnold. Strike three called! And that will end the inning. We go to the top of the seventh. 3-1 Viera. All right, welcome back here as we head to the top of the seventh. The Hawks looking to add a little insurance if they can. And that is far more easier said than done here. And the first pitch from Francik to Brooks Samuels is fouled off for strike one. Jason Adams looking to repeat what Dan Adell did last year, and that's win a district championship as a first-year manager. 0-1 to Brook. Popped up, called for it, and hauled by Riley McKellar, one out. If you're looking ahead to the Melbourne bottom of the seventh, it's Camden Hurd, Ashley Burkmeyer, and then back to the top of the lineup with Haley Clutch Turner. So Elena Snyder steps in, and what a play. Oh, okay. It's nice to hit it, though. Tom Glavine wrote a whole book about it. Swing and a miss. Actually, this is a pinch hitter. Number 8. And I would disagree. It may not be technically part of the strike zone, but I would say that the black is certainly a big part of it. So whatever the technical point of a strike zone is, the black, to me, Caitlin Fahrenhaus is who's up, is certainly part of a lot of pitchers' repertoire. 1-1 to Fhsaa.
I was say, how can you say it's not? It's practically it's the border.
It is the border of the plate.
If you're halfway either way,
I get it. Well, he's right. He's right. Technically, it's not a part of the strike zone, but you know, and that's fouled out of play until we get a strike zone that goes from chest to knees and it's digitally lined. You're never going to have a perfect strike zone, and some umpires will squeeze one strike zone over another. He's been consistent all night, and that's all you can ask for. Whether you agree with where his strike zone is, and that's fouled off. All you can ask for is for consistency. So if you're going to call that for one team, you want it called for the other. That's where it drives managers crazy when that doesn't happen. But that's not happening tonight. He's been consistent. Which is good. 1-2 to Fahrenhaus. Low, 2-2. But certainly, I think a pitcher like Skylar Waggoner lives on that outside corner, that black part of the plate. But then if you do that, then you have to take the good with the bad, like Tom Glavine wrote in his book. And that's popped up and out of play.
I feel bad for that tree that's behind there.
By the way, that's a great book, too. Living on the Black. I think it's what it's called. Two and two, one out here. Viera up 3-1. Hawks looking to end a 3-game slide. Strike 3 to Melbourne, and Cody Beth Bates was scheduled to hit, and she will hit. That'll be high. Ball one. Top of the lineup, Haley Ryder on deck. She started the whole inning in the 6th. And she hit a ball down to Baylea Holland, who bobbled it. Pitch swung on and missed. And it's 1-1. And there's a shot, and Nadia English is there to haul it in and end the inning. The Hawks go 3 up and 3 down, and the Melbourne Bulldogs are down to their final 3 outs. While, once again, I don't necessarily know that it's going to matter when it comes to the playoffs, I do know this. If Melbourne can't come up with at least 3 runs to win this, they will open up on the road. The Viera Hawks are 3 outs away from a district championship, back with the bottom of the 7th. Camden Hurd, Ashley Burkmeyer, and back to the top of the lineup with Haley Clutch Turner. The Bulldogs need 2 to tie, 3 to win. Waggoner with 13 strikeouts in this one. The last time Viera beat Melbourne, it was right here in the regional semifinals, and the score was 3-0. Hurd looks to bunt, and it's high. They're going to force, and I like it, they're going to force the Hawks to play the ball. But you got to get it down. Hurd, the 1-1, low, 2-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Swung on and missed, and Skylar Waggoner just reached deep down and threw straight heat, and it's 2-2. Waggoner looking for the 14th strikeout of the night, and the first out in the bottom of the 7th. And there's a little check swing foul. And that's a battle. Camden Hurd is battling. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3, 1 out. Ashley Burkmeyer steps in. Ashley tonight struck out in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. 14 for the Jacksonville University commit. Strike 1. Strike 2. Burkmeyer gets set. Waggoner twirls the ball on her hip. She's got the sign. She rocks, kicks, and fires. Just, and I mean just, off the plate. 1-2. We'll do it all over here with Haley Clutch Turner on deck. And boy, will she need to be. Coming up. Waggoner's 1-2. There's a slapper down the left field line, but foul. And that's exactly what Coach Adele is looking for. We'll stay right here live with the post-game trophy presentation to the winning team. And right now, the Viera Hawks are 2 outs away from that. Waggoner with the twirl. Burkmeyer set. Here we go. 1-2. And Skylar knew it as soon as she threw it that it was high. She let out a big, and it's 2-2. You got 14 strikeouts tonight. You can't overthink it. You just got to pitch. And I know that's so easy to say. Strike 3, 2 outs. And the Bulldogs are down to their final out. Three to 1. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. Riley McKella would be next. "15 strikeouts tonight for Skylar Waggoner as the first and third baseman move in, expecting a bunt. Pitch. That one's lifted down the left field line, but foul. Good cut but a long strike. Oh and 1, 2 outs. I think the Bulldogs are going to be just fine regardless moving forward, but I got to tell you, this is a big boost for Viera if they can finish this off. And they are one strike away from winning the 6A-11 district championship. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Skylar Waggoner twirls the ball. She rocks, kicks, and fires. And there it is! The Viera Hawks have done it. They've come to Dawson Field and captured the 6A-11 district championship. Skylar Waggoner with a fitting finish, striking out the side for 16 strikeouts. She is our Kendall Signs player of the game. 16 strikeouts and a solo home run. And the Viera Hawks have ended the 2-year reign of the Melbourne Bulldogs in 6A District 11. We'll keep it right here and see if they see how the trophy is given out here. And go ahead and put that graphic up. Yep. And there is your graphic coming up there. The Viera Hawks are your 6A district champions. And a great job tonight. And there it is. There's the trophy. Right there. Over there. As the girls celebrate. And there it is. They end a 3-game losing streak to Melbourne. An unbelievable accomplishment for the Viera Hawks as they hug, and Skylar Waggoner has that trophy in her hand. Skylar! There she is. See her coming out? And there they go. So that's going to end it. We're going to do our post-game interviews, and we'll post all of those. We'll get those up tonight. We also got to run the Uberzati thing with Bob Nunn and Tyler Oblong. That'll come up in about an hour here on Brevard Sports Network. Once again, the Viera Hawks are the graphic 2023 6A-11 district champs, our Kendall Signs and Solutions Property Management player of the game, Skylar Waggoner. Stay tuned to Brevard Sports Network. Coming up tomorrow night, it is Championship District Baseball, Satellite and Merritt Island, and Melbourne and Viera. For Caleb Brown, we'd like to thank Chad Raymond. I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski. One more time, congratulations to the Viera Hawks on winning the 6A-11 District Softball Championship. Viera 3, Melbourne 1. We'll see you tomorrow night, everybody.